On the doorstep of the protected Hinchinbrook Island sits a 53-acre dump site and a large hole that's causing great concern.
And you can see water flowing out through the breach. For a long period of time, sediment, contaminated sediment from those spoil ponds have been escaping into the National Park and the World Heritage Area.
It'll be an integrated resort, very comprehensive at all types.
It's the legacy of a failed resort development, where sediment was dredged and dumped to create Port Hinchinbrook. Much of the material potentially toxic acid sulphate soils. The Environment Department was made aware of the breach around 18 months ago.
This is a gross, I mean gross, negligence. They are the body that is responsible for protection of the environment.
In January last year, the department issued an order to the liquidator to repair the hole. But they can't afford the work, with $10 million owed to secured creditors from the Passage Holdings collapse.
Basically because there's no money. So when we were appointed, there wasn't any cash. The only assets that we've got are the properties, and we've not been able to sell any of those.
The Port Hinchinbrook development was marred by controversy, natural disaster and environmental opposition. There's mounting pressure for the state to acquire the land, improve it and sell it on.
The only way to have a sustainable solution moving forward is have a developer come in and actually purchase these properties.
The department's investigation into the breach found elevated acid levels in the soil, which were flushed out during the wet season.
The acidity is toxic to fish and any other organism. So the pH level can go below 2, which is sort of like battery acid. So the acidity dissolves the minerals and you get a release of a whole lot of metals like iron and aluminium.
A spokesperson from the Environment Department said the pH level of water in the most recent tests had returned to normal and that heavy metals that had been identified remained localised. To the north at the port, dredging has restarted with emergency funding from the federal government.
This is only a short-term solution. We've come to the realisation that this is better than no solution at all.
But it's undecided where the 990 tonnes of sediment will be dumped. Environmentalists want the site to be better managed to protect the seagrass beds and the dugong.
We as a local community have responsibility for these areas. They are ours, they are our backyard. They're for us to look after, not to neglect and lose the species that we value the most.
Baz Ruddick, ABC News, Hinchinbrook.